Hello, hello. It's a Lovers Podcast Show, a program where we discuss business, arts, and entertainment. And today, as you can see, I have a guest on the program, and we are going to dissect and unravel the subject of Meta today, why she's here. And there's a lot, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't know about people. And when you see them running with injections and tablets giving to people and patients in the hospital, you think that's all about them. But there is something more and more that God has bestowed upon them, and God has given them a gift and a talent. So today, let's hear our guest. Hello,
Hi, good
how are you?
evening. I'm good. Yourself?
Tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Is there anything more to introduce? Well, this is just me. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good day, everyone.
Yeah,
Depending on where you're watching from.
where
My
you are.
name is
Yeah.
Lydia Newman. My name is Lydia Newman.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where is Lydia from?
Lydia is from Nigeria. I'm from
Mm.
Nigeria, originally from Nigeria, and
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. What do you do
What do I do?
for a living?
Okay. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm a nurse by training. That's not part of this. We shouldn't be talking about that here, actually. That's not part of it. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Why music?
Wow. You didn't tell
When
me
did
about
it
that
start? When did the journey start of music?
now. Music.
Mm.
Music.
How
Yeah.
did it start?
All right. I would say that was will I say growing up actually.
Yeah.
Growing up, when you talk about music, you hear people say I started singing from my mother's womb and all of that. But for me, for me, it was like okay, from growing up as a child, I remember I was always in love with seeing my contemporaries in the children choir, and I was just telling my mom I want to be part of this.
Okay.
And for me, that's how I started, getting on to the children's choir in church, during Sunday school classes, singing along and all of that.
Mm.
And for me, that was where it actually basically started. And as I grew up,
Yeah.
up until I was about leaving secondary school, then and I just noticed that I was just like effortlessly
Mm.
writing songs. I started writing
Okay.
songs quite early and
So,
started flowing, but
how
I
old
didn't
were
really
you
take it
then when you
serious.
started writing
Um,
songs?
I can't remember specifically right
Mm.
now, but I can't remember vividly now, but I think that should be around
We're still at
how was
Sunday
I?
school, is it?
2000.
Sunday school.
No, I
Or
didn't start writing songs in Sunday school. I said I started, singing.
way
The
after?
music thing started with Sunday school class, Sunday
Okay.
school, yeah, in
Yeah.
church, yeah.
Yeah.
And for writing songs, I think I started writing songs around.
Mm.
I can't give the age right now, but I think that was way back 2000, 2001, yeah, to
Okay.
2018, 2020, they're about. I
Okay.
can't remember for
Or
certain,
writing songs to go to the studio.
yeah. Writing songs, yeah.
That's
I
when you
had,
started. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I had that, when I started writing, I had that as a goal, something I wanted to do.
Mm.
But as at then,
Mm.
I didn't have the,
Mm.
I didn't have the, what
The
did I call
money
it
to
now?
go to the studio.
The finance to fund that.
Okay.
And yeah, so I didn't really, I was actually dreaming about doing it, but
Mm.
it wasn't
Okay.
actually feasible as at that time,
Mm.
because there was no money, no finance to finance
Okay.
that project. But for
Okay.
me, it was like someday I'm going to do this. So
Mm.
I just kept on, over the years, I just kept on writing until it got to a point that, this inspiration just comes,
Yeah.
and as it comes, I just write. So until
Yeah. Yeah.
until 2018, when I got to the studio for the first time to do my first album recording, so
How many songs were in this album?
there were 10.
10.
Yeah, 10 of
Oh,
them.
okay.
That was my first
What was
album.
the title of the album?
Yeah, the title is Lifted.
Lifted.
Lifted, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
is that
fine,
the name that you use also as
Yeah, That's what inspired you. After that song, there's a lot behind that name. Like,
Okay.
way back 2018, I was just thinking through. It was 2017, yeah, because it was recorded 2017, and again, it was officially finished and, um, released in 2018. I was just thinking of the name through it, what to call it. It was a whole lot. That's topic for another day, and then
Okay.
I came up with that name. And
Okay.
when I was just thinking about what to go with officially, I tried thinking around other stuff, but
Okay.
this is what just settled within my spirit, and
Okay.
I settled this like long time, like few years back, to say this is going to be it,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's how.
So that's
came
how
out.
it was begotten.
Yeah,
That's when
so-
it was birthed.
Yeah, so lifted
Okay.
is
Lifted.
all around.
So
Music.
if people wants to look for you on YouTube, on social media platforms, what name do they type?
Yeah, you just type up Lydia Lifted.
Lydia Lifted. There you get it. And
Or some persons just some pages that just have that Lydia Lifted at Lydia Newman, but just go Lydia Lifted.
Lydia Lifted or Lydia Newman.
Yeah.
So who inspired you? Or do you have some people whom you look up to in terms of music inspiration?
Inspiration, I would say, the truth is that I learn from everybody out there, everybody that's gone ahead of you. It's for me inspiration as far as it
Okay.
has to do with
Okay.
gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
Their inspiration to me. There are a lot of them that's actually been big inspiration to me.
Okay.
The likes of Chris Morgan,
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, he's from actually my part of
Okay.
part of the country, Nigeria.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's songs like, I mean, those persons there from where I know, like, Chris Morgan and the likes of Ovia Butu and
Okay.
some other artists, in my country, a lot of them. Mercy Chinwo is a big inspiration.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and there's none of those, gospel artists there, gospel ministers. I don't call them artists.
Okay.
There's none of those ministers that don't inspire me in
Okay.
their own unique ways. There's something unique to learn about each one of them. Yeah, each one of them is an embodiment of,
Yeah.
God's gifting, and talent, and how they are able to, reach out to the world,
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
message of the gospel
Yeah.
through music.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
all embodiment of, gift, talent,
Yeah.
and something you can draw from.
Yeah.
There's something you can
Yeah.
always draw from
Exactly.
them.
Exactly.
There's none of them that I listen to right now that I don't get blessed. But if you're talking about like, a lot happened around my life, recently, and
Yeah.
there's the songs of Minister Dusin Oyekan. I mean, it's been a lot of inspiration and a lot of strength for
Okay.
him. For his music, actually, it's not really like inspiration for me, but I mean, I drew a lot of strength,
Right. Right.
in
Right.
this phase of my life through his music, and I would say that they've all been blessings to us, and I thank them for for doing
Right.
the work of God out
Right.
there. Yeah.
Right.
They're doing
Now that can take me to this question to say, what does music do to you? Because I know when one is sad, listens to music. When one is happy, listens to music. When one, in any circumstances and situations, people listen to music. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in the bar drinking alcohol or you're in the church
know about
praising
that. No,
God.
I don't know that.
People listen to music.
I
In
don't
your
know that.
case, what inspires you? What motivation do you get from music? What does it do to you?
Motivation. Music for me, people say music is spiritual, generally that's a general, ideology, but for me, music is highly,
Yeah.
and like I told you, the kind of music I'm talking about here, it is completely like communication. A spiritual communication. It's actually spiritual, like they say, and it's true, pure truth. And also that's dealing with what parts, what direction you're coming from.
Yeah.
But for me, music is like, I don't know, is a place of communion for me with God. At that moment, it's like it's like an avenue where you get to express yourself the
Yeah.
way you want to.
Yeah.
Between yourself and your creator, and you're able to build that, that strong fellowship. It's a place for me, of worship, and communion, and the place I'm able to release my spirit,
Yeah.
and unburden myself, express myself the way I want to the presence of God, and
Yeah.
I just get to get that release there. in that
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Music is spiritual, like I said, but
Yeah.
depending on the atmosphere, you create
The
around you
atmosphere.
that you're into, yeah.
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
me, it is just a place of communion with God, and
Mm.
there's a whole lot that happens to
Now
me.
you
I mean,
remind
music,
me.
it means a lot to me.
You
Like,
remind me, Lydia, of the story of David and Saul.
okay,
Saul was demon possessed, and
yeah,
David would
yeah,
come and play
yeah,
his harp and play some songs,
yeah,
and then Saul would be okay.
yeah.
So I agree with you when you say music is spiritual.
Yes, it
It
is.
depends with the context and the
The
environment it
context, the
is being
environment, and of
played
course, like we say, there's always two sides of the divide.
of the
Yeah,
coin.
it
Yeah.
depends on that highly. Yeah, so
Right. What we want to do, Lydia, we want to play this song. What is the name of this song?
what song is that? What song
Yahweh,
is it? Like,
is it?
there's a whole lot of songs out
Okay.
there on my platform. So what song are you talking about?
Can we look into Yahweh?
Yahweh. You're talking about
No.
my God.
My God,
My
yeah.
God.
My God.
Okay.
Sorry. My goodness.
My God, no, that's the technical song, my God, but just keep hearing Yahweh. Then
Yeah.
that's easy for you
Okay.
to say
Okay. Tell us what inspired you to write this song.
You're asking really deep questions, right? You're asking me real deep questions. Yeah. You're taking me to a part that.
I'm taking you
I
far
am not-
away.
Yeah, taking yeah,
To a
I'm not
place
ready
you're
to
not
talk to-
ready to.
I'm not ready to talk about that.
Okay,
Right now, but
we'll talk
it came-
about it.
yeah.
We'll leave that part. We can talk about it some
It
other
came from
time.
a place of
Yeah.
brokenness, like
Okay.
complete brokenness.
Mm.
When like when you talk about being in the midst of the sea, and there's just something, the only thing you can hold on to
Yeah.
at that point, that you find to hold on to get you to safety.
When
It's
you
just like
remind
an
me
anchor
of
to your life,
is it
you know.
Saul when he was going to Damascus? Is it
That
when
was
the
Saul, yeah.
sheep was wrecked?
That's Paul now.
He was now
That
Paul.
was after the
Okay, yeah,
conversion,
he
He's
was now Paul.
yeah, on his
When the
missionary
sheep
journey.
was wrecked
Yeah.
into tatters.
Yeah.
But God spoke to him and said, "You'll be okay.
Yeah,
You
there'll
are
be no
right.
loss. There
There'll
shall
be no loss. None. No life
Yeah.
will be lost." And
there'll be loss.
you were in that kind of a place.
I was
when
in that kind
you
of a
wrote
place,
this song.
Yeah, and I was in that kind of a place that you couldn't make meaning out of anything in life. Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense, and it was like the place where it's like all hope was gone. There's nothing more to hold on to, and then the only thing that gives you reason to live, was this name Yahweh, the one that causes to exist. That's a literal meaning of that word. And he was just like the only thing. It just came I didn't even know how I came about writing that song. I was just sitting down, I just started singing it. When I finished, I was like, what am I singing? I know. So it came from a place of like, I don't have anything more. All hope is like lost.
It's all gone.
And he came to me at that time. He causes to exist, and then he brought like hope alive, and that there's still a reason. There's still reason to live and something. So it came from that. It came from that place that was a complete totality of that expressed a complete totality of what I was going through at that at that stage of my life. And
looking into that, Lydia, I know there's so many people who are going through some situations. Life is not been fair and well to them, and some are giving up or at the verge of giving up, losing hope. But like what you're saying, there is a hope somewhere. There's somebody you can hold on to, even when the whole world turns against you, when there's total silence around you, when there is no life, there is no voice speaking and making sense to you. There is a place, there is someone somewhere.
There is someone somewhere, but the truth is, I
How
like
is-
saying it as practical as it is.
Yeah.
it's a hard journey
It's
to go
so
through.
hard. It's so
It's
hard.
very
It's
hard,
easier
and
said
like the
than
Bible, yeah,
done.
like the Bible said in the book of Daniel, the people that don't know their God,
Mm,
it also depends, on,
mm,
you know,
yeah,
the relationship you built over time with your God, because
yeah.
at that point, I tell you, if you're not careful,
Mm,
that's where people contemplate a lot of things, and
yeah,
it just takes, the God in you to be
yeah,
able to take control of yourself at that time, and you
exactly.
giving him, total surrender,
Yeah,
allowing him to,
to
take the
take
lead,
over.
because it is not, it's not a place you want to pray for anybody
Because
to be,
because
but
lots of people commit suicide
yeah,
when things are not well, or they do atrocities,
yeah,
the worst things that can people talk about because they are in desperate and
desperate situations, and yeah,
well, let's go to this song.
desperate situations
Let's
where
go to
we
this song.
just require total surrender to say in that song. I was just saying, you are still my God,
Yeah,
like Job said.
yeah. It's okay, Lydia. You can put your headphones.
It's not so far.
Okay, come a little bit closer. Okay, so we are going to listen to this song that is on your screen, My God by Lydia Lifted Newman. And we're just talking about life challenges and what inspired Lydia to write this song. And as you can tell, you can see the depth and the meaning of this song and the subject. This is it's quite touching and yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the purpose of this. You're allowed to cry. Don't worry. You can shed your tears. It's all therapeutic. It's all that's the reason why we have this show as well, to express our heartfelt, and it's going to touch and change a life or many lives as we, before we know it, God will have actually visited some people in the process. So let's play and let's listen to this song.
Sing it from the depth of your heart. Lift your hands to Yahweh and worship. Lift your hands and worship Yahweh. Your name, my God, oh Yahweh, my God. We come to worship. Sing Yahweh, my God. The name of the Lord, I've come to bow. I've come to worship. Yes, Lord, I worship you.
the one that causes to exist. Yes, He's God alone. Yes, you reign as God. You reign as God. You are God alone. You are God alone. You are King alone. You are King alone. You are Lord alone. Yes, we bow to worship. My praise will be you. My worship is you. My love is you. Oh, Shakata. My praise is you. Oh.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Right. What a touching song. Oh gosh, what a song.
Amen.
Well, I was just a lot was going in my mind as I was watching that video. The investment and the preparation and the instrument was quite a lot, and the number of people in there. What kind of support best do you have in terms of music back home?
Music. I'm here with you right now. Here we're all here, and for music, basically, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's just like when you have a heart for something, you know, you just do what you can and see what God helps you to get out of it, because you're not actually doing it for finance. I mean, to get for what you get out for
Yeah,
it. For me,
yeah.
this is
Worship.
life for me. For me,
It's
for
life.
now, this music is like, this is life for me. You understand? Like I said, this
It's
is
not a business entity that, but it's just your
I would
life
say
in
gospel
general.
for me. I mean, my ideology
Yeah,
of gospel music is not, it's
yeah,
not a money making venture like this. Yeah, whatever blessing comes out of it,
yeah,
good and
yeah.
fine, but it is not primarily, it is not a business venture. No, no, and no.
Yeah,
It's not like it is for me. This is for me. This is a place I find comfort. This is a place, you know, I find the opportunity to express myself. You know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
am not. I'm not one that will just go. I mean, talk about something for that much. But this is a place I express my heart.
Yeah.
Here for me, it's just like me worshiping my God and telling Him, like Job said. Job said, even though you slay me, yet, I mean, yet you're my God. Yet I'll still worship you. You know, I mean, that's my home. That's a place I have come to. Whatever it is that happens, you know, but Him, He's my God. It's like, it is like the only choice, or the only choice, it is either God's way or no way. So this is me telling my God that this is it, despite whatever it is that has happened. You know, like Book of Romans says, what to separate us from the love of God. You know, when you go on to read that chapter 9 there, I mean, you talked about, you know, God, you know, loving Esau, I mean, loving Jacob, hating Esau, and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They're all brothers. So whatever God does, you know, we
It's
don't
for a
have,
purpose. It's for a reason.
we don't have the power to challenge
Yeah,
Him. So
no,
He still
no.
remain God.
Is
So either you're either for
omnipotent,
Him,
is
yeah,
all
you're either
powerful.
for Him or against Him. So yeah,
Wow,
He
deep
remains
words,
God.
deep
He
words,
remains my
deep
God.
words, deep
Yeah.
words. And we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll bring Lydia again next time for some other reaction and discussion, and to unravel and dissect your life so that it inspires one or two out there. And from me, lovers, do you have last words that you want to say?
Last words. For me, last word would just be, you know, whatever it is, just trust God. Trust God to be able to see you
Trust
through it.
God. Trust the
Because,
process.
I mean, it is, He is like the only option, the only choice you have. There is no hope anywhere out there.
Yeah.
You know, No matter what it is, no matter the lies the devil tries to tell you, because of your situation and circumstance of life around you, just still learn to trust God.
Yeah.
He is God and He loves you.
Yeah. He's God and He loves.
Remains God, yeah.
He remains God no matter the circumstances, the situations.
Yes, that's
From Lovers Podcast, it's a bye-bye for now. Until we
Bye.
meet again.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.